Is this conflict in the Middle East just another territorial war or something more? Right now, commanders in the U.S. military are being accused of telling troops that this war with Iran is part of God's divine plan. Today, we unravel the truth behind the religious language and why it's echoing around the world. The U.S. and Israel launched coordinated airstrikes against Iran's government and military infrastructure. The result, a fierce conflict that has drawn global attention. Iran has fired missiles in retaliation, affecting American forces and regional partners. Across the U.S. armed forces, more than 100 complaints have emerged. Troops say commanders linked this war to biblical prophecy, claiming it will bring Armageddon, and even suggesting that the U.S. president was anointed by Jesus to signal the end times. This has triggered alarm from civil rights groups inside and outside the military. So why is this language spreading? Experts say leaders often use religion and morality to make complex wars easier to justify to their own people. In the United States, many voters, including evangelical communities, already use religious frameworks to interpret global events. Calling a conflict moral or divinely sanctioned simplifies public perception and deepens emotional investment. In Israel, historical religious narratives are deeply part of national identity. Leaders often reference ancient stories in scripture to contextualize modern threats. This language can mobilize support at home, but it also risks oversimplifying what is fundamentally a geopolitical and strategic conflict. The use of religious rhetoric is not just a domestic issue. Around the world, political leaders are responding, and not always favorably. In Pakistan, the defense minister warned that the conflict could expand influence toward its borders, framing it as part of a larger ideological threat. Meanwhile, in the U.S., civil liberty groups condemn the mixing of religion and military justification. The Vatican's top diplomat has publicly warned that the strikes against Iran threaten peace and international law, signaling concern from a major religious institution. Framing a conflict as a religious war changes how people think about it. It shifts the narrative from policy and strategy to cosmic good versus evil. That can rally support, but it also hardens attitudes, making diplomacy, compromise, and peace talks much harder. And with the world watching, the words leaders use matter just as much as the actions they take. So, is this conflict a religious war? Not in the theological sense. The motivations are rooted in strategy, security, and power. But religion, or the language of religion, is being used to frame how people understand this war. And that makes all the difference. For more deep analysis beyond the headlines, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an update.